Let's take a look at forms. I've opened them up by assignment to database. Yeah, I didn't add any more fields to the tables, by the way. You should have a lot more than I have. But let's go and create some forms for my tables and or query. A form is simply a graphical user interface. And there are a couple ways to create a form in Microsoft Access. So I'm going to go to my Create tab, and I'm going to do the easy way first. Yeah, and you're allowed for assignment 4 to create your form using the form wizard for one of them, only once. Yeah. So when you do the form wizard, it's kind of it's a wizard. So wizards, kind of guide you through it, and it's easy and those kind of things. Not as versatile, but very, very easy. So you pick the table or query that you want to do a form on. I'm going to do for my customer table, and you bring over the fields that you want to see in the form. You don't have to take them all. You can take as little as you want to, really. But in this case, I'm going to take mine all of my fields. Then I can display it in columnar view or tabular view. It's up to you. And then you got to give it a name. I'm going to call it customer table with wizard. Yeah, just for me. And I'm going to finish it. And there's my form. It's just a graphical user interface known as a GUI that allows you to look at your data with a nice, pretty face on it. Yeah. So I'm going to close this, and I'm going to do creating a form the way I want you to do it, to learn a little bit, because it's more versatile, and you can do a lot, but it's tougher. So let's go and see using form design. Now, when you form design, it's pretty much a blank palette. Yeah, so imagine yourself an artist, and you want to be able to paint or draw on top of this palette. Now, the first thing that you need to do is you may need to make sure that you can see the fields inside your table. Yeah. So if you're doing that way, then you can see I have my customer table or rental table here. I'm going to do one for my rental table. Yeah. Now, you need to put the fields on. So I'm just going to kind of randomly click and drag over here like this. Not going to be real pretty just yet. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm just bringing it over. Now, if I want to see what it looks like so far, I can come here, design view. Oh, not pretty. But once again, I can see all my data, navigation data. Yeah. So I'm going to come back to design because I'm saying, I'm not done yet. Now, here's the thing. You want to move this is called a text box where you can see the kind of this white, yeah? And the one that you can kind of see through is called a label. Now, the label is simply what you call, it's just kind of like on a screen, what this is, what your text box is, what's inside there, yeah? But you can, if you move them, if you kind of click on it, they move together. You see how they move together? If you want to move one or the other, grab the top left-hand handle, and that one moves it by itself. So if I can do it like this, and I can move it around and start making it here like this. Oh, I didn't move. I didn't grab the handle like this, and then I'm gonna go once again grab the handle. Now, there are some tools that allows you to go ahead and make it a little bit bigger or whatever, yeah? So if I want to line up, make sure that they're all lined up correctly, what I do is I can click here, Shift key, click, 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 and again, this is a Shift key. And if I go to the Arrange tab here, I have size and space, and I say equal vertically, yeah? And then I can also go ahead and, I can go ahead and align it to the left so that which is the furthest left over here, that kind of thing. Yeah. I can go ahead and start moving my fields over here. Once again, I made a mistake, so I got to grab the handle. And I say right around here maybe, and then I can grab the handle like this, grab the handle, whatever, like this. Yeah. And I can line them up. Now, if I wanted to, what I could do, again, click Shift key, click, 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 and I can go and align to the right. So they're kind of lining up over here. And again, I can do it equal vertically. Like, so we're kind of there. You know, I'm not really great at forms myself. I'm not a real creative person, but you know, you can go ahead and do that. Again, once again, I'm going to go ahead and start putting up a label box over here. Label. You see how it's, oh, sorry, label box. Yeah. And what that does is allow me to type stuff in here. So I'm going to say this is my rental table. Yeah, like this. So when I look at it, I can starting to look a little bit better. I can add color to it. So if I said, oh yeah, here, I want to just kind of add some color to it here. I can click on the format tab. I can put in the font. I can put in different colors if I wanted to, you know, those kind of things. I could go ahead and make it all the different colors, those kind of things. I can do that. Shift key and make them all the same color. I can do that. For the background of the entire form itself, what you need to do is you need to kind of click this little magic button on the top left-hand corner. What that does is grab the entire form. And you can put an image and those kinds of things inside there. So you can make it as pretty as you want. Now, I'm going to go ahead and close. And it's going to ask me to save it. So I'm going to say yes. And I'm going to call this rental table. Yeah. And when I've done that, then it's over here. It's on the right-hand side, left-hand side, sorry. Yeah, rental table. Now, queries are a little bit different if you're going to do a form on a query. So I'm going to go and do it again. Create tab, query design, sorry, form design. And if you want to go ahead and do a query, yeah, you have to come to the home tab here. And sorry, design tab here. And you're going to have to come to something called the property sheet. Yeah. And record source, you're going to have to make sure that you pick your customer rental query. See how it says customer rental query here? So I'm going to pick that guy. If you want a little bit more space, you can like this. So again, customer rentals, yeah, rental like this. And what that does is now it takes the fields inside your query. So now when I do that, then I can come to existing fields, and whatever fields were in my query, which were customer first name, customer last name, video title, rental date. Yeah, I can pull it in. So customer first name, customer last name, video title, rental date, and those kind of things. And again, I can make it as pretty as I want to. Yeah, you can make it pretty, whatever, like this, move it around, those kind of things. Yeah, and I'm going to go ahead and shift, click, click. And I'm going to go to the range, align to the right. Yeah, size space equal vertically, those kind of things. So it kind of moves it over here. And I have my query, my form based on a query. So what I'm going to do again, I'm going to align it right like this. Yeah, however you want to do it. And I'm going to make sure that I have a label on the top. I'm going to say rentals. Yeah, rentals. Yeah. And let's take a look at it. And I'm done. Yeah. So again, you know, all a form is a graphical user interface that is used to see the information in your tables or a query and give it a nice, pretty face to it. That's all a form is. Next time, we start talking about a report.